What is going on, everyone? Hope all is well. Welcome back to the Stevie Matt Podcast Show. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about my weight loss journey again. So, basically, the third part of me talking about my journey. We're going to talk a little bit about the fight this weekend. I know it's two different subjects, but we're going to get to that as well. Figured I'll put it all in one podcast. So before we even get started, do me a favor: hit the like button, hit the notification button. If you're on YouTube or Spotify, hit the follow button, please. Very much appreciate it. You know what I mean. So, but here we go. Also, forgot got my son in the background. I've been talking to him a little bit. I asked him if he wanted to come on, and he said, "Nah, he's good. He'll talk in the background." But he is mic'd up right now. Say, "Hey, son."
Hey,
All righty. All right. So, weight loss journey, man. So, I don't know if you watched the part two of my weight loss journey, but I gained some weight. I gained a couple pounds now. I had actually lost the weight or whatever. I'm back at 240. So, I went from 267. Now I'm at 240. I am on Zepbound, and I've been working out 4 days a week, nonstop. And then when I can, occasionally on Saturday, Sunday, Monday when I work, I try to just do a little cardio at home. Sit ups, push ups, planks, all that good stuff. But yeah, uh, yeah, that's what's going on with that. You know what I mean? They did jump up my dosage to 5 milligrams. I was at 2, and but yeah, so far I haven't couldn't tell the difference. You know what I mean? Because it was, I guess I'm already used to it or whatever. But and well, I guess the difference is, it lowered my appetite a little bit, and as you can see, look at the board right there. Yeah. No, but as you can see, I've been working out a little bit. That's why I got the muscle shirt on because it actually feels pretty good to start getting fit. No, but to be honest though, I've never felt better in my life. I'm working out, feeling good. And I had a couple people ask me a couple questions, so I'm gonna get to their questions right quick, and then I'm gonna answer them. And after that, we'll talk about the fight. It won't be long, you know what I mean. So we're already 2 minutes in. I'm almost done already, anyway. So, so the first question was, why am I pushing hard to lose weight? You know what I mean? Why am I pushing hard to lose weight? It's because, for one, I'm tired of being a fat ass. You know what I mean? Don't want to be a fat ass. And I'm tired of being tired. You know what I mean? And when you're tired, and your kid, you got little kids, and they want to go do this, go do that, go do this. It's like, and you just can't get up, or you're too heavy to do anything. And if you do go do it, you know what I mean. You're tired. You don't last. You don't last long outside, or you just, I don't know. I guess I hate my appearance. You know what I mean. And I know that's kind of crazy, or whatever to say, or whatever, because I have to live with myself the whole time, whatever. But yeah, I got tired of how I look, how my clothes fit, or whatever. I went from actually a size 236 to, I mean, oh, sorry, no. I went from a size 36 all the way to a size 42 or 44. And that's pretty damn big. And then, when you pick up your clothes and you look and you're holding your pants out that wide, like, damn, am I really that big? And I guess it was just self conscious. You know what I mean? Like I was, I don't know. Like I said, I'm tired of being fat. I'm ready to be energized. I'm already starting to feel it. Um, yeah. Hopefully that answers your question. The second question I got is, what's your ideal goal for yourself? What weight are you trying to get to? Well, I guess it's the same question or whatever. Sorry, these lights are beaming on my head. I'm sweating. Oh yeah, look at my hat. See, if you ain't seen the last time Stevie Mac podcast, holler at City Low. Freaking badass. You know what I mean? Love it. Don't had it in 4 days, but yeah, not a sponsor or anything. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. You said, what is your ideal goal for yourself, and what weight are you trying to get to? Well, my ideal goal is at 200 pounds. Actually, trying to get to 200, but I wouldn't be upset if I went to 185. But once I get there, I'm gonna start trying to like just to pump, like start forming my muscle and all that. But yeah, my ideal weight is 200, 185 at the minimum. 185 is the minimum, 200 max. But like I said, once I get there, I'm just going to start cutting and try to start shredding. Try to get pulled. You know what I mean? You see my teacher's already popping up. So, all right. Let's see. So the next question was, how many days do I work out? I work out 4 days a week. I just actually answered it just a while ago at the beginning. Work out 4 days a week. I take creatine monohydrates, and I take Bucked Up. I don't know what it's called. I know it has the deer antlers with the American flag on it. And I just reordered some more Bucked Up there and shakers and all that. So that's what I'm doing. And then yeah, 4 days a week. And then when I'm at home, I try to do a little bit, work on my abs so I can get my stomach down. You know what I mean? So stomach's already starting to shrink or whatever, so that's a good thing. And yeah. So and the next question was, what is my motivation? My motivation is my kids, my family. You know what I mean? Motivation. They're why I get up and try to lose all this weight. So I can spend time with them, be more, how do you say, be more active in their lives. Because yeah, I'm always there, but I'm never participating in anything. And then actually, I actually feel good, because we're at my little boogie, my little Stephanie's soccer practice, and they needed parents to volunteer, and I was like, oh, I'm energized, you know what I mean, with all this stuff I'm taking or whatever. And yeah, I actually participated. I actually lasted probably 20, 30 minutes on the field with playing soccer. Wasn't too windy, you know what I mean? It felt wonderful. Yeah, I had to drink probably 2, 3 bottles of water or whatever because, I'm not used to being active or whatever. But yeah, it was pretty awesome, man. So my family is my motivation, and, my family and the Lord above, they're the only two that are pushing me right now. So yeah, that is for what I got today. And then let's see, we're going to talk about if you watched the fight Friday, if you watched the fight Saturday. What are your thoughts? What are your takes? You know what I mean? Leave a comment. And if you don't like leaving comments, send me an email because I like reading y'all guys' emails. Um, I didn't put none of your names in there because I'm not sure if you want your names put out there or not. But oh man, my head. Yeah. But yeah, so like I said, I try to bring my son over here so he can be here next to me so we can have a conversation about it, but he don't want to be in the video. But what is your take on the fights on Friday and Saturday? Let me pull it up and go from there as well. So you had Friday night. The main event was Ryan Garcia, and Saturday the main event was Canelo versus Skull. And also, if you are following me on TikTok or whatever, you see it. I streamed it live for everybody Friday and Saturday. So on Friday, so what is your take on the undercards, or what was your take on everything just in general? And then you tell me your opinion, and I'm gonna tell you mine. There's no like. Well, I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt because you already know how I feel anyway. So, what is your take on the? What are your takes on undercards?
I think some of the undercards are kind of good. Um, I think probably the best fight, like just on Friday, out of all the fights, I think it was the Teofimo fight.
Tiafumo.
That was the fight before Haney.
Oh, the fight before Haney. Okay, yeah, that was a really good fight. You know what I mean? To me, like the undercards, man, were weak, man. I don't know if I don't keep up with boxing, but I keep up with my son keeps up. My take was from it. Is it Dazon? Dazon's the promoter or whatever. They have a lot of work to do. These undercards, for me, in my opinion, were trash. Don't get me wrong. There were a couple of good fights in there, but yeah, but for a score or a grade for Friday night, I give it a C minus. You know what I mean? And the main event for Ryan Garcia, I give that shit a flat fucking F. F minus. You know what I mean? To me, Ryan Garcia looked like he threw the fight. He came in unaware. Um, like second round, he gets knocked on his ass. You know what I mean? So what is your take on that?
I think he's too much of an internet talker.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so he's an internet warrior.
Pretty much.
So you think he got what came to him? You don't think he threw the fight? Think he
Mm,
got his ass whooped?
yep.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know, man. I love what you're saying. You know what I mean? But it's like, man, why wouldn't he throw the fight? Because if he would have won, he'd be fighting Devin Haney, right?
I think they're still gonna work on that fight.
You
So.
think Devin Haney's going to give him the fight after he lost? Or you think he's going to give Rolly Ramirez a shot?
Mm, they could just do the rematch, and then after that, he goes to Rolly Romero.
Yeah, think so.
I think so.
Yeah. So what? So Garcia lost the belt, right?
Uh,
No,
I don't know.
no. I couldn't remember because after that fight was over, I turned the shit off. I didn't even watch the rest. So okay, so Saturday's fights. I know I was asleep at the see what the first. I think at the beginning of the first fight. What do you think about that, man? Like, I'm curious to see because when I was looking at your facial expressions, and you didn't look too happy at the beginning.
Uh, it started going by quick. You got like 2 or 3 fights that stopped
Yeah,
early, and they just kept on coming out. So, but
yeah, like the second fight with the little kid, man. I ain't even call him a little kid. He's a grown ass man. He's in the ring. Uh, I don't think he prepared for the fight when he only lasted a minute and 30 seconds in
mhm,
with the first round.
yep.
Uh, yeah, and right when the dude hit him, man, he hit him right in the jaw or whatever, and then he fell, and then the ref let it go, and then not even 30 seconds later, yeah, no mas, no mames, knocked him out, called the fight. But yeah, they started coming out, my fighter after fighter after fighter. I was like, oh, there's no way in hell we're going to be able to get the movie screen out last night. But luckily, the fight before Canelo came on, what was it? First fight was one or two. We watched 3 fights outside, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they kept adding people to the cards. But man, I tell you, I know you for this whole weekend. I know you were disappointed. You looked disappointed. You looked upset. Were you upset because Were you upset because they started fighting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or were you upset because the undercards and all the outcomes that came out?
I'm kind of upset about the fights being early in the day,
Yeah.
and then I was like also say about how I expected certain fighters to fight good, but I sold their fight pretty much.
So they threw the fight
Yeah,
basically. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Okay. Yeah. I very much agree with you, man, son. And also, man, Skull, man, last night, like like Nick and G was saying, man, like he kept running around the ring. Like, what the hell are you doing? To me, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna give you two, 3 good rounds, which really wasn't really good rounds. But other than that, he ran the whole damn time. Like, fight. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. I paid money for a show, and you're not giving me a show. So that's what I was upset. I was pissed off, but then again, I was upset for you because you paid your money for both fights, Friday and Saturday. And you didn't get your money's worth. And I don't know what. How do you say? I don't know if these fighters need to go ahead and hang it up, or I don't know if it was just the Saudi Arabia. Uh, I know Canelo. He flew out there to Saudi 3 weeks earlier than everybody else
Yeah, I
just to
think
get
so.
acclimated to everything,
Mhm.
and then everybody else just went on a wing and just boom, let's take this flight, get there. And then fighting over there, I think what the main event started at what 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it threw me off. I'm glad September 12th will be in Vegas. You know what I mean? And so yeah, September 12th, Canelo and Crawford will be fighting in Las Vegas. We'll be getting that fight as well. We'll be streaming as well. So yeah. So overall, what is your full grade on Friday and Saturday?
I'll give it a 6. Like a grade wise, like
1 through 10, you give it a 6. Grade wise, what would you get?
Maybe like like a C.
You a C? Okay. Okay, yeah. Dazan, you need to do better. You need to fight better undercards. You're here for one of my son loves boxing, and you know he's watching every step. You know he knows when there's good fights. He knows when there's bad fights. Um, like I've talked to a lot of people. I know they were upset about the Ryan Garcia fight. It looked like he threw it. But shout out to Rolly Romero. He's a good fighter, and yeah. But hey, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Any questions for me? If you got my number, send me a text. If you don't have my number, leave a comment or email me at StevieMacPodcast@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you, man. And again, like always, take it easy. You know what I mean? God bless.